Hello children, I am Shubhashish. Children, before we dive into decimals, let's recall fractions. Fractions are like pieces of a puzzle, showing us parts of a whole. For example, think of dividing a pizza. Each slice represents a fraction. We use fractions in recipes to measure ingredients precisely and in sports to calculate scores fairly. Now let's meet decimals. Decimals use dots to show us parts of a number, just like fractions. They're handy for money. You will see them in prices at the store like Rs 2.50. Decimals also help us measure things more precisely, like the distance of a car travels or the height of a tree. They're everywhere in our daily lives, making it easier to understand smaller parts of a whole number. In this video, we'll explore how decimals work, how to add and subtract them, and why they are so useful in everyday tasks. Learning outcomes. After the completion of this lesson, you will be able to know understanding decimals helps in precise measurement and calculations. Decimals are essential in everyday contexts like money and measurements. Adding and subtracting decimals follows specific rules for alignment. Keywords from this lesson are decimals, fractions, place value, number line, addition, subtraction, and measurement. Children, when we use dots to write some numbers, then that dot is the decimal point. This is used to show the part of a whole number, 0.5. First, let us see tenths. As we know that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. So if we have to find the opposite, then 1 millimeter is equal to 1 by 10 centimeter or 1/10 centimeter or 0.1 centimeter. Hence, the first number after the decimal represents the 10th part of the whole. This reads as 34.7. Representation of decimals on number line. To represent decimals on the number line, we have to divide the gap of each number into 10 equal parts, as the decimal shows the 10th part of the number. Example: show 0.3, 0.5 and 0.8 on the number line. Solution: all the three numbers are greater than 0 and less than 1. So we have to make a number line with 0 and 1 and divide the gap into 10 equal parts. Then mark as shown below. Fractions as decimals. It is easy to write the fractions with 10 as the denominator in decimal form, but if the denominator is not 10, then we have to find the equivalent fraction with denominator 10. see some examples. Convert 12 by 5 and 3 by 2 in decimal form. Solution: 12 by 5. Is equal to 12 by 5 into 2 by 2 is equal to 24 by 10 equals to 20 by 10 plus 4 by 10. Equals to 2 plus 4 by 10. Equals to 2.4. Three by 2 equals to 3 by 2 into 5 by 5. 15 by 10 equals to 10 by 10 plus 5 by 10, which is equal to 1 plus 5 by 10 equals to 1.5. Now we will see decimals as fractions. Example: write 2.5 in a fraction. Solution: 2.5 is equal to 2 plus 5 by 10. Equals to 20 by 10 plus 5 by 10. Equals to 25 by 10. Children, now let us see hundreds. As we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So if we have to find the opposite, then 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 100 meter or 100 meter or 0.01 meter. Hence the second numbers after the decimal represent the 100th part of the whole. It reads as 13.95. Decimal in the 100th form shows that we have divided the number into 100 equal parts. Let us see one example. If we say that 25 out of 100 squares are shaded, then how will we write in fraction and decimal form? Solution: 25 is a part of 100, so the fraction will be 25 by 100. 2500 is equal to 0.25. In the decimal form, we will write it as 0.25. Place value chart. This is the place value chart which tells the place value of each digit in the decimal number. It makes it easy to write numbers in decimal form. Example. With the given place value chart, write the number in the decimal form. Solution. According to the above table, four into 100 plus 6 into 10 plus 3 into 1 plus 8 into 1 by 10 plus 5 into 1 by 100. (400 plus 60 plus 3 plus 8 by 10 plus 5 by 100). (463.85). Now let us see comparing decimals. If the whole number is different. If the whole numbers of the decimals are different, then we can easily compare them. The number with a greater whole number will be greater than the other. Example. Compare 532.48 and 682.26. Solution. As the whole numbers are different, so we can easily find that the number with a greater whole number is greater. Hence, 682.26 is greater than 532.48. If the whole number is same. If the whole numbers of the decimals are same, then we will compare the 10th and then the 100th part if required. The number with the greater 10th number is greater than the other. Example. Compare 42.36 and 42.68. Solution. As the whole number is the same in both the numbers, so we have to compare the 10th part. Hence, 42.68 is greater than 42.36. Using decimals. Generally, decimals are used in money, length, and weight. Money. Example. Write 25 paise in decimals. Solution. 100 paise is equal to 1 rupees. 1 paise is equal to 1 by 100 rupees, which is equal to 0.01 rupees. (25 paise is equal to 25 by 100 rupees, which is equal to 0.25 rupees. Example. Write 7 rupees and 35 paise in decimals. Solution. 7 rupees is the whole number. So, 7 plus 35 by 100 is equal to 7 plus 0.35. Which is equal to 7.35 rupees. Length. Example. If the height of Rani is 175 cm, then what will be her height in meters? Solution. 100 cm is equal to 1 meter. 1 cm is equal to 1 by 100 meter, which is equal to 0.01 meter. One 75 centimeter is equal to 175 by 100 meter. Hundred by 100 plus 75 by 100 is equal to 1 plus 75 by 100, which is equal to 1.75 meter. Hence, the height of Rani is 1.75 meter. Weight. Example. If the weight of a rice box is 4,725 grams, then what will be its weight in a kilogram? Solution. 1000 gram is equal to 1 kg. 1 gram is equal to 1 by 1000 kg, which is equal to 0.001 kg. 4,725 gram is equal to 4,725 by 1000. 4,000 by 1000 plus 725 by 1000. Which is equal to 4 plus 725 by 1000, which is equal to 4.725 kg. Now let us see addition of decimal numbers. Adding decimals means finding the sum of two or more decimal numbers. Although adding decimals is similar to the regular addition of whole numbers, there are certain rules that need to be followed while adding them. Let us learn more about adding decimals, their rules, along with examples. How to add decimals. Adding decimals is similar to the usual addition of whole numbers. We know that a decimal number is a number with a whole number part and a fractional part which is separated by a decimal point. However, this does not change the rules for the addition of decimal numbers. For this, we need to align the decimal numbers according to their place values, one below the other, keeping the decimal point intact, and then add the numbers. Rules for adding decimals. While adding decimals, we need to remember some rules that would be helpful and make the addition easier. Align the decimal numbers in such a way that they are placed in the correct place according to their place values. Always convert the decimal numbers to like decimals wherever needed. Add zeros in the places wherever the length of the decimal numbers is not the same. Now add the numbers and place the decimal point aligned with the given decimal points. Example. Add 22.3 and 34.1. Solution. Write the numbers as given below and then add them. (22.3 plus 34.1). (56.4). Example. Add 1.234 and 4.1. Solution. There are 3 numbers after decimal in one number and 1 number after decimal in another number. So we should not get confused and write the numbers by lining up the decimal points of both the numbers, then add them. 1.234 plus 4.1. (5.334). Subtraction of decimal numbers. Subtracting decimals means finding the difference between decimal numbers and other numbers. The other number can be a whole number, a decimal number, or a natural number. There are certain rules and steps that need to be kept in mind while subtracting decimals. Let us learn more about subtracting decimals, their rules, along with examples. What is subtracting decimals? Subtracting decimals is similar to the usual subtraction of whole numbers. We just need to place the decimal numbers one below the other according to their place values along with the decimal point. In some cases, the two given numbers are different. If needed, we change the given decimal fractions to like decimal fractions to make the subtraction easier. Two decimals are called like decimal fractions if they have an equal number of decimal places. For example, 0.23 and 0.65 are like decimals, whereas 7.5 and 7.58 are unlike decimals. After the decimals are converted to like decimal fractions, by adding the required number of zeros, the two given numbers are subtracted in the same way as we subtract regular numbers. Example, subtract 0.56 minus 0.42. Solution. Since these are like decimals, we will place them in order and do the regular subtraction. 0.56 minus 0.42. (0.14). Rules for subtracting decimals. There are certain rules and steps which should be remembered while subtracting decimals. Change the given decimal fractions to like decimals. Write the smaller number below the greater number in such a way where the digits are placed in the corresponding places and the decimal points are placed in the same vertical line. Then subtract the numbers in the same way as in the case of whole numbers. After the subtraction, place the decimal point in line with the other decimal points. Example: subtract 243.86 from 402.10. Solution: write the numbers in a line so that the decimal points of both the numbers lined up. Then subtract and borrow as we do in whole numbers. Line up the decimal point in the answer also. (402.10 minus 243.86). (158.24). Example: subtract 0.999 from 6. Solution: since there are 3 digits after the decimal in 0.999, we will place a decimal after 6 and add 3 zeros after it. The answer is 5.001. Points to remember: decimals are numbers that show parts of a whole, crucial for precise measurements and calculations. Decimals are essential in everyday scenarios such as money transactions and scientific measurements. Addition and subtraction of decimals require careful alignment by place value for accuracy in calculations. Decimals provide a clear way to represent, compare, and calculate smaller fractions of numbers accurately. Thanks for watching.